Okay, the judge has sentenced Sean Combs to 50 months of incarceration, or just over 4 years. That is the sentence that has just been given to Sean Combs, 50 months, just over 4 years. So that is our first word from the court.
I'm going to go to Vegas with you, Randy.
When are we leaving? I'm going right now.
That's exactly what you said, but pretty much. You were just over 50. So go through what you think is the logic, and then Laura will come back with some more color here when she gets it.
He was convicted of nonviolent criminal offense conduct. He's got no criminal history. There was no money. These were not commercial sex acts. I think the judge took this notion of what we call acquitted conduct, taking the stuff that he was acquitted of, the ugly stuff, the violent stuff, the racketeering stuff, the sex trafficking. I think he took a little bit of it, but not nearly as much as what the government wanted. I think he looked at Mr. Combs the way a lot of us did, which is, you have the right guy, he's a monster, but this is the wrong case. This is not a case about domestic violence. This is not a RICO case. This is not a sex trafficking case. So 50 months, keep in mind, 50 months, if you take the time he's got in 13 months. That's 37 months left.
Okay.
He's got to do 85% of that time. So off of the 37 months, he'll get about 5 months off. So that's 32 months.
Okay.
He's still doing another 2.5 years in jail. Now, he may say, I need help, and try to get into the residential drug and alcohol program, even though he really hasn't been doing drugs or alcohol for the past 13 months that he's been in. That would further reduce his sentence. He could get out 10% additional time, get out early. He could be looking at another 2 years in. So it's a win for the defense, but he's not going home and he's not speaking next week in Miami.
That's really right. Well, that's really well explained, because that gives us the practical sense. And basically 2.5 years. Laura, to go back to you for a moment, you were saying it. The judge kind of put all of this together, saying that your history of good works, that's not going to wash away the record of this case with social abuse, power and control, all that kind of thing. So wanted to make sure, it seems to me and to Randy, that Sean Combs spent some more time in jail, even if they're nowhere close to 11 years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he addressed in his sentencing both sides. He said 11 years is too much, 14 months is too little, and that's where we got the 50 months. And now the question will be, and maybe Randy can answer this, about where he'll go next. I'm not sure if it's going to be at the MDC, but he'll move on most likely to another facility. But still, that is a lot of time. The other color that we're getting from inside the courtroom, that as soon as that sentence came down, Sean Combs had put his head down, his hands clasped. He's having a physical reaction right now to this sentencing. We're waiting. We've got people here behind us. You can see the crowd right now. So he's got 4 years, 2 months. And of course, he already has some time served. Okay, and we're also hearing that the judge has imposed a fine of $500,000, which is the maximum possible for a fine. So $500,000, 50 months. Sean Combs, eyes downcast, hands clasped. His family is behind him in that courtroom. He's got his 6 adult children. His mother is in there. He's got friends and family. And I've also got to mention, we have another familiar face that I was actually sitting next to in the overflow room today. Remember the Punisher? He was one of the witnesses at this trial. He was a paid male escort who was involved with Cassie Ventura and Sean Combs and all of that. We heard that during the trial, but the Punisher was here to see what happened. And we've seen a couple of other, big people that been throughout the trial. An ex-girlfriend was in the courtroom as well today. So quite an explosive day. This is what we've been waiting for, and the judge has made his ruling. I mean, I'm not sure if that sentence was already in an envelope like at an award ceremony. I was talking about that earlier, that the judge goes in and listens to what is before him with all of these, statements from the family and the words from Sean Combs. But it's going to be 50 months. That's it.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.